Welcome back students. Today's video is going to take us deep into the realm of Figma, exploring the nuance between group and frames. Buckle up because we are stepping into this slightly more complex territory. But fear not, I am here to guide you through it. Up until now, you have been crushing through the basic and you have nailed the types, fonts, and rectangle and tools. But now let's elevate it into something more. Welcome to the world of frames. I know I am introducing this topic early in the course because mastering frames was one of my trickiest Figma challenge, and I want to make sure you are ahead of the curve. Firstly, let's unreveal the mastery of groups. Okay, so let's grab some rectangle, ellipse, as well as let's say star. So as you can see on burger menu, these are the shapes we added, but these things are not organized, and you can also see all the things as well in the home page, the lines, rectangles, the line number 10, rectangle 10. So it's a bit confusing and it unorganized. So in that case, what we can do is that we can like select all of them like this, and we can right click on it and just click on the group selection. Now they are grouped, and let's say you want to move this towards the intro page. You can just move it like this in a single click. You don't have to like drag it and drop it like this again and again. So you can do this at a one time. So this is the big advantage of group. It makes our design organized, as well as you can see in the layers panel. Now we have one section called group and the icon for it dotted a square, and in that we have our shapes. We can rename it according to your design, but for now I will keep as it is. Let's say you want to organize this like in the design. So what you can do is that just double click on it and just drag it like this. I know we can do this in alignment, but that topic is a bit more advanced, I will say. Okay, so this is how we can like tidy up our elements and objects. Also, this is the one benefits of the grouping. You can also use shortcut called Control G. Like, let me ungroup this. Right click and ungroup. And if I select, okay, now it is ungrouped. If I select all of them and I can just press Control G. Now all of them are grouped. Now let's dive into the frames. Okay, now we have this small navigation panel or navigation section where we have lots of buttons. So okay, currently I did not mention what kind of buttons they are, but let's imagine this is the home button, this is category button, this is a order button, this is my account button, and this is maybe card button. Okay, so let's frame them first. It is the same process. Select all the elements object and right click on it and frame selection. And you can also use a shortcut Control Alt G. Okay, so this is the frame now. If I go into layers panel, you can see this is the frame and the icon is also changed. Okay, so we have this nested elements inside, and these are our shapes and objects. We can do all the same things that we did with groups. Like we can arrange them like this, or we can move outside. Currently this is the out of frame. We can like arrange it, tied up and all that. We can do all the same things, but with frames we get more features like clip content as well as constraint. Now let me show you the what kind of feature we get with frames. So I have this clone of Instagram. It is like really basic clone. So currently we have this horizontal like story section, and I don't want this section to be visible like this outside frame. So what I can do is that I can click on the clip content and I can just drag it like this. And if I go into prototype, you can see I'm able to do this. I can also do this one. So this is the benefit of clip content. And at the end it is the frame. So as you can see in layers panel, it is the frame. Okay, so that's the superpower of clip content. But wait, there's the more. Like frames introduce the concept of constraint. Okay, now let's talk about the constraints. Okay, so we have this group. Let me ungroup this one first. Okay, so this is now ungrouped, and let me select all of them. Let me shrink it down a little bit. Let's move it over here. And I also added our brand name, that is click card. Now these elements are not group as well as not framed. So let me select all of them and right click and frame selection. Now if I let's say I want to this element should be, or this text should be on the left hand side as well on the top. So I will go to constraint and left and top. This is the basic setting. Now I will choose right and top, and this one should be right top, this one should be right top. Like let's say if I make it this thing big or small, it has to stay at the same place on the right hand side. This element should be stay at right hand side, and this element should stay at left hand side. Let me duplicate this one, and if I add one desktop page like this, and if I add it over here, if I try to extend this, so as you can see, I'm able to reuse my element again and again. That's the benefit of constraint. And remember one thing, if you want to ungroup the frame, there is a one option called ungroup. This is now ungroup now, and it also work with group. Like let's say you have some element, let's say these are the group element, and if you want to also ungroup this, use the same method. Ungroups work for both, like for frame selection as well as for the group selection. Okay, let me delete this one because we are not using this one. Okay, so delete. So that's the constraint. I know it was a bit confusing, like constraint and the clip content, but when you use it again and again, you will get used to it and it will become one of your favorite tool. I know I introduced this topic early because as you progress in Figma, you will encounter frames everywhere. They become the preferred choice due to their extra features like constraint, variant and more, which we will explore in the depth in future topics, in future videos. Next time you are wondering why that free UI template is full of frames, you will know it because frame pros swear by them. You have only scratched the surface of the frames and groups. As we move forward, things will get more awesome, not complicated. Embrace the confusion now, and you will soon be building frames like a design wizard. Are you ready for more Figma adventures? Because I am. So let's dive into the next video and unreveal more design secrets. So stay curious.